In his time, Lord Simone protected the Roselle who fled Hyzant, and the village they established within the Wolffort domain. 30 years have passed since then. The Hierophant uses the illegal salt trade incident as leverage to demand those Roselle be sent to the source, where Hyzantian faith dictates they must reside. After being found guilty at the trial, Serenoa has no other choice but to acquiesce. Thus, with House End ruined and a vacant position among the Saintly Seven to be filled, rumors of House Wolffort's ascendancy start sounding more credible than ever to the people of Hyzant.
Wait, you could ascend to be one of the Saintly Seven if you give up the Roselle? What? Fill in the position of House End? The next day.
Lord Serenoa, I believe it may be in our best interest to turn over the Roselle after all.
But they fought so hard to escape Hyzant. They would never agree to return.
It would be a show of good faith to the Saintly Seven and secure House Wolffort's safety. If the situation calls for force, well, we must be prepared, to borrow Minister Exham's words.
I see. Give me time to think over the matter. Where is Frederica?
Oh, she left for the source with Prince Roland. She said she wanted to see where the Roselle lived for herself.
Ah, indeed. Byzantine law requires all Roselle to make their home at the source.
She is most troubled over this, Lord Serenoa. Please, if you could...
I understand. I will make for the source at once.
Huh, so I guess we're going to the source then. Also, now that we're at this point, hold on, there aren't any, oh, there are side things. But now that we're at this point, I should be able to load that other save that I've been grinding and such here. Also, I have a decent bit of funds now, look at it, isn't that cool? So let's go ahead and load this save file here now that I've been getting a little bit stronger in. First and foremost, it seems like there are some new things available to me. That could be very quite nice. So you know how after every battle we've been doing, we get like one of them new thingamabobs, one of them medals and stuff to promote someone? So I can do another promotion. But I found out that there's more new things at the trade post, like another quietus point and like some new quietuses. And 2 more medals of bravery. So I can actually promote 3 units now into the intermediate classes of my beginner ones. I assume that it'll probably be pretty soon in the story that we'll get the you know, the promotion items to go into like the master classes or whatever the heck, for lack of a better word. I don't know what the what the name is there. There were also new materials here, so I went and bought like all of them. Why is the chat not going? Okay, I don't know what. I really need to quit using Streamlabs already and go to a different service at some point. There's a whole bunch of these things that maybe I'll get at some point. Yeah, that'll be super fun. Currently at chapter 13, okay, so a little bit ahead of me there. I'd be able to do some weapon upgrades and such. I was doing the new grinding map here. This one right here of Defend the Arena, which I actually lost a couple times initially. Like, it's actually kind of tricky, especially when all the enemies are, like, moving before you and moving in with these crazy AoE attacks. So you keep your mouth shut. Gotcha there. So I can promote 3 characters. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and promote Frederica. I've been meaning to do that a couple times, but I kept on choosing other units over her, like Anna and Eridor, who's additional thingamabobs for the intermediate class, the veteran classes. Seemed like it'd be super spicy there. Magic Ablaze at level 20, huh? Elite classes, that's what they're called. Elite classes. So I have 2 more. So I was thinking Huette would probably be another good one. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Sereno's convictions have been strengthened. Let's go ahead and promote you. There we go. Promoted.
It's an honor to serve.
Sweet. And then who last? Like, what would Gila get here? Also save on new slot every time. That's probably a good safe thing to be doing there. Status ailments and give a large amount of HP to an ally. Even just the cure wounds already gives like a lot of HP, so that might not be super necessary. Quarantine is like the unit that you get depending on like your thing in chapter 3, where you apparently get like some archer dude otherwise. Icy Tomb. Huh. Interesting. And then Benedict here. Quarantine's pretty neato there. The initial TP up there could be pretty nice. That could be pretty cool as well. I think I'm gonna go ahead and promote Benedict, actually. Yeah, Gila and Quarantine will have to wait. I'm sorry, friendos. I'm promoting Benedict for now. There we go.
Never stop
Saved you many times. Yeah, he's definitely handy to have there. Remain calm. Isn't that one of his lines that he says? Is that a reference to that? I don't know why I had promotion on the mind. Elite Master Strategist. Huh. So, in terms of other things that I can trade here now that are unlocked, I definitely want the new Quietus point. I might like some of these. These are the things that let you promote to, like, the next weapon level, essentially. But yeah, also trying to keep the game on normal mode for you. I've heard that even normal mode is pretty hard, is what I've heard. Like, I was talking about this game with my cousin semi-recently. He was saying that, like, even reviewers that were just playing the game on normal mode were having, like, difficulties with it, which really speaks to, like, this is a game that really doesn't hold back. Hidden Reserve, switch out one of your party members for 3 Quietus points, or revive a fallen ally with 25% HP. Oh, since I'm going to the effort of leveling up my other units, this might actually be more helpful than the other one, because it's basically like if somebody is about to die anyway, then I can just switch them out for someone that has like full health in my reserves. I like the sound of that. But yeah, just grind the missions themselves, don't do the scenarios at the bar. Yeah, but I'm streaming this series, so I don't want to go like all the way up to a battle and then just be like, oh, well, that's the stream that's done for today. I guess I'm gonna grind here off camera for a good while and then get back to it next time in like a weird format. I try to do like 1 chapter per stream, and that involves grinding at the bar for off camera rather than the missions themselves, because it would make like a really weird stream format. Just one of those ways that like playing things as part of a series makes things so differently compared to playing it normally. It makes me kind of wish that I was playing it normally sometimes, but hey, what you gonna do? I think I am actually gonna get these, is what I'm going to do, because I would like to promote some weapons to the next level there. Sure, I'll get the other notes. I don't think that any of these will be important for information when I'm like trying to persuade people, but just in case. Do levels scale at hard mode? The levels, what? I know that the levels scale when you go into like new game pluses and whatnot, but I'm fairly certain that the levels that you face the enemies at and the levels that you're at are just the same. I'm fairly certain. I'm not quite sure. What the question being asked there is, you might have to rephrase, I'm sorry to say. Yeah, so a bunch of people can get upgrades now, so yeah, let's go ahead and do Anna's for sure. Absolutely. Rare Thorn, huh? Yeah, let's do greater weapon damage. How about? Let's go up on the higher difficulties for the enemies. Pfft, I have no idea. I know that the enemies are much tougher. I know there's that bit, but... and the enemies are ridiculously tough sometimes. Anna's super handy. Probably one of my favorite go-to units. Indestructible Stone. Sure, I'll promote Eridor, because Eridor is a very handy wall. Not used her in a while, but why not? She's amazing. Sure, I'll do greater weapon damage. Increase physical damage dealt, increases damage dealt by follow-up attacks. Oh. Interesting. So who still needs a promotion here, first and foremost, to like the next weapon rank, out of the dudos that I regularly use? Let's see here. So I can promote Quarantine with a leather. I could well do. Crystal for Narv, maybe. Spider Silk for Archibald if I really wanted to. BRB alrighty, Kraken. Sure, I'll go ahead and do this for Quarantine. Conviction has been strengthened. Nice. And then... Hosabara, maybe? Here, I'll give a weapon upgrade to Narv, sure. I'll do that. Sure, here's one for Hosabara. Time for me to just burn through all my gold that I've been amassing. Time to just burn through all that. Sure, I'll do the Spider Silk for Archibald. I'll do the thing. And then I do have that one more oak. I don't know, I probably wouldn't be recruiting anybody else, like, all too soon. I have to worry about that, but I'll just hold on to it for now anyway. So, damage dealt by delaying striker increases range of hawk. Yeah, I like having that one on there. Let's see here. Max HP, magic defense. Let's see here. What might be super important first and foremost? Physical defense, magic defense. Sure, let's get magic defense up, I suppose. Evasion. Sure, let's do that. Increases damage dealt by ice breath, frosty fetters. Frosty fetters is the single target one. This is the multi-target one. Increases movement by 1. Oh! More damage or more movement? Ah. How about I just do more damage for now? Oh, that was a tough one there, though. You see your luck at max HP. I'll do some of these thingamabobs for some of like my mainstay kind of units before I get into like the more niche stuff of other dudos there. Increases the effect of Be Brave, or grants you and your partner a little HP when you perform a follow-up attack. I thought that you already had this one, your skills. I might just do like the Be Brave thingamabob. Or, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Sure. Yeah, I don't have enough quality timber there for now. To deal greater damage and restore more HP. Huh, so I'll do this with my quality timber and my quality stone and stuff. Sure. I'll do that, and then, yeah, deal greater damage. I probably should have done that forever ago, shouldn't I have? Maybe I should have saved that quality timber. Hi! Have you come down to see me? Sure, I'll do a thingamabob. Why ever not? Okay, so there's a bunch of upgrades passed around and such. Yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. Sure, also, because I've been doing a decent bit of grinding, everyone's at like level 17 or 18 now, so that was pretty nice. That was pretty nice right there, I must say. Alright, yeah, let's head on out and see what's going on with the various cutscenes and stuff. So yeah, we're a decent bit stronger, and I unlocked a character story by doing all that. Though she wishes to use her powers for good, Izana recounts their part in her tragic past. There? Like plural? Or there's someone else?
I must say, your display of power was quite astonishing. One moment there wasn't a single cloud in the sky, and the next we were drenched to the bone. The townsfolk were certainly appreciative, and that means much in these trying times. Where did you learn such sorcery?
I was born with it, as were my forebears. In the far reaches of Hyzant, my people dwell, acting as shamans and summoning rain when the people cried for it.
You hail from Hyzant? I suppose we should count our blessings that you found your way to our ranks.
Ah, so you're Izana. We've heard tell of a witch using her dark arts to frighten the peasants into submission. Rest assured, we shall conduct a thorough investigation into these rumors. In the meantime, your presence is requested at the Hierophant's palace.
Rumors from whom? There are no dark arts being practiced here. And the people are not scared of me. I provide them rain when they require it. That is all.
Quiet, witch! Save your remonstrations for the Inquisition.
Well, I wasn't expecting a sort of Spanish Inquisition.
Is this their investigation? My guilt was decided ere they laid eyes upon me.
Perhaps they are threatened by the sight of the common folk huddled around your warming smile. The goddess of salt is a jealous mistress, after all, and her subjects cannot well suffer another to be so adored. It is as you said, If you appear before the Inquisition, you will surely be found guilty, and the punishment will be grave.
Then what recourse is left to me?
If the tentacles of the Church can reach this far, then nowhere in Hyzant is safe. We must flee our borders and go far from the gaze of the Zealots. It will be just as we promised each other. We'll start a new life, together.
Is that truly what you want? 'Tis hardly the new beginning we envisioned.
That matters not, only that it is ours.
Very well. Then let us meet again at nightfall. You know where. Until then, my love.
I shall count the minutes till next we meet.
Alas, he did not come. Another victim of the Inquisition's tyranny. Had he never met me, would he still be alive today? Should I have said nothing and fled alone in the night?
I am sorry for your loss, but you mustn't blame yourself. 'Twas hardly your fault. And you do not know his fate for certain. He could very well still be alive.
Perhaps. I tried to seek him out, but there was little I could do with the Church's agents breathing down my neck. They burned down his home, and his family was never heard from again. I fear the worst. The Goddess of Salt must be named so for the tears she causes. She took everything from me. Her minions, all of Hyzant, they bear responsibility for my grief, and I aim to see that they answer for it. Although we have known each other only briefly, I sense a strong ally in you. Will you lend me your sword when the time comes?
Of course. Of that you can be certain.
Geez, well, that was certainly something. Cyrano's convictions have been strengthened. Well, glad to see it there. All right, let's see the other stuff here going on first. Dench approaches a certain man in Glenbrook with an intriguing offer about his car's extended warranty. Oh, is that the, Silvio is his name. The dude of the other house who betrayed us, and now he's, like, chilling here, undercover? Yeah, that's him.
Who might you be?
Someone who brings good tidings. An offer you may wish to consider.
Oh, I guess he doesn't have to be undercover. He's wearing S. Frost stuff.
Offer me anything.
And he clearly aligned with S. Frost, so.
It is Minister Edor's wish. Will you hear me out?
One of the Saintly Seven? Then you are Hyzantian.
My master is eager for your assistance, as you are quite close to House Wolfort.
Are we gonna have to deal with this bitch Silvio again? This guy Silvio is gonna be coming after us again! From the throne of Realm Castle, Gustav begins the next stage of his plan. We have to, kill the fish!
Thalos, thank you for making the necessary arrangements.
No need to thank me. I am your Prime Minister, after all. I have made sure those with any power in Glenbrook understand their place. They will do as we command.
Then everything is in place. It is time.
Is there nothing I might do to aid you, brother?
If there were, I would tell you. And the consortium, Thalos?
Oh, I expect we shan't have any trouble from them. I have promised them a considerable sum to stay out of our way.
Good. Now it is just a waiting game. I wonder how long the Hyzantians will last.
Alright, so those are the only side stories, I believe. Yeah, using the D-pad doesn't bring me anywhere else. So, Frederica makes her way to the source to see her fellow Roselle, but...
Please, I'd only like to glimpse the goddess's sacred grounds for myself. It won't take but a moment.
That may be, but outsiders are not permitted into the source for such frivolities. And you are Rosellan. You ought to understand the teachings better than anyone.
Frederica.
Serenoa, forgive my impulsive behavior.
There's nothing to forgive. I too wish to learn more of the Roselle and Hyzant. Not knowing would make my decision easier, but still I feel I must.
Serenoa? From House Wolfort?
The very same. Lord Serenoa Wolfort. The one who will assume control of the salt trade in short order, as House End once did. To that end, we are here today for a preliminary inspection of the grounds.
So the rumors were true.
Well, are you refusing the newest addition to the Saintly Seven entry into the source?
Of course not. Please, right this way.
What a way with the words. Are you denying the newest entry to the Saintly Seven? Entry to the source. I can't words today.
All right, you Rosellan wretches, time for worship.
Don't tell me that statue is made of salt.
Minister Edor of the Saintly Seven himself will be giving the sermon today. You should be thankful. Heed his word, and your sins shall be cleansed.
Roselle, do you know why you are imprisoned at the source, condemned to toil? It is because your ancestors committed the most heinous of sins. Long, long ago, they schemed to seize control of the salt that the goddess bequeathed to the people of Nozelia. They seized the source for themselves, wresting every last grain of salt from other peoples, desperate for the resource. Using the salt they hoarded as a shield, they terrorized the land, destroying any who stood against them in their thirst for domination. Fanned by their greed, the flames of war long ravaged our land. Countless innocents lost their lives. What a terrible, arrogant people! Their cursed souls dwell within you, their progeny, to this very day. Indeed, the proof is in the very color of your hair. The same red as the blood that flowed from their countless victims.
Our people sinned against the goddess. We are a detestable blight upon Norzelia.
Oh, goddess of salt, please, forgive us our sins. Forgive us.
Do not despair, for the goddess of salt is ever merciful and kind. She grants even the worst of sinners, even you, a chance to atone. That atonement will only come through hard work here at the source. By quenching this earth with your sweat, By giving your lives to this labor, your cursed souls will be cleansed and welcomed back to the goddess's side. Only then, when your sins have been washed away, can you hope to be reborn into a pure body and once again walk upon Norzelia. People of the Roselle, surrender your lives to the Source and give your thanks to the great goddess.
O Goddess of Salt, for you I give myself, stained with sin as I am, to the Source. Thank you for granting us the chance to atone.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is enough. Now take that gratitude and turn it toward your work.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
This is atonement? And the Roselle accept it as a fitting punishment? Even if that story Idor told is true, no sin warrants this kind of cruel retribution. Hyzant maintains control over Salt now. Are they then not guilty of the same crime?
You are right. But this is as the Goddess of Salt commands, is it not?
Time to see for myself what goes on at the source. Okay, it's time for the investigation, but I don't know why it doesn't show like most of the chat when I turn it back on, only the most recent couple of messages. But yeah, I wonder if any writers of this game watched Attack on Titan and then decided to just crank it up to like 1,000 when it comes to the situation, except this is with the Hyzantians and the Rosellans rather than the Marlians and Eldians or whatever the heck. Whatnot. Like, my goodness gracious there. This cask weighs nothing when compared to the weight of our sins. My goodness, I understand they've yet to replace Minister Sorsley as an overseer. And so we lumber on, a beast without a head, no one to issue orders should a crisis arise. It's hardly surprising. He was one of the Saintly Seven. They'll not replace him so hastily. Rumors swirl that they might call upon the Wolfort boy. I don't care if they pick my own mother so long as the position is filled. So they would install me as overseer of the source if I can find my way into the Saintly Seven. You learn about his saintly seat left vacant. Yo, if you give up the Roselle in the Rosellan village over in House Wolfort, do you become one of the Saintly Seven? I appreciate the oh, there Roberto 27 Master. Does this game have a love triangle? No, I don't believe so. You need an interesting strategy to deal with that. You really would. You really would, figure out a very solid triangle strategy for that one. Dang, now I wish it had a love triangle. Now I'm suddenly wishing it did. Yeah, I plan on defending the Roselle, but I am genuinely curious now if you gave up the Roselle, if you'd find yourself as an ally of Hyzant as part of the Saintly Seven. I hope they give us water today. Jeez. Yeah, who has the well, it probably wouldn't be the Titan. Who would be, hold on. I know that in Attack on Titan, there's like the 9 special the 9 special Titans. What if everyone in the Saintly Seven is like special in some way? Is one of them Saintly Seven, some special founding saint? Ooh, yoink, sweet. Does it give a multiple save slots so you can deviate story choices? Yes. Yes, indeed it does. And I think that, War Chronicle, Path Travel. Yeah, and you can see what you're doing here. I've seen some people doing this in videos. This is the first time I've opened it, though. When you mentioned Marley in chat, you was like, does he mean Attack on Titan, or is there a Marley in this game? No, I mean Attack on Titan there. I'm gonna allow you to view a summary of the story so far, because, in Attack on Titan, the Marlians oppressed the Eldians because, like, oh, your ancestors committed these awful sins and, like, controlled the world and yada yada, you're so awful, so you need to be kept in this internment zone and treated, like, less than human and whatnot. And that's kind of what we're seeing here with the Rosellans, where it's like, oh, your people once controlled all the salt, and that was so awful of you, so now you have to obey everything that we say and atone for your sins by working in the salt mines here until you die, and because that's the only way that you can atone, yada yada. But yeah, yeah, so you can branch the story if you want to. And it shows you, like, the path you've taken thus far and the places where it splits. The story seems real salty, it does, doesn't it? So if we had done the other path in chapter 3 there, we would have gotten some archer named Rudolph instead of Corentin that we got by going that way. So it seems like a story that does like branch out in some ways, but generally like converges the same kind of way. I think no matter what path you take, you can pursue any of the 3 main endings. You do need to take a very specific path if you want the true ending though, which is what we're going for and such. But yeah, so you can do, so there's a perfect progress tracker to keep track of like which ways you haven't gone yet. So if you're doing like a new game plus and you made it to chapter 10 and you're not sure which one you've done already, it's like, oh, you've done this one, now it's time to go do the other one. So it's really nice how it includes that progress tracker. However, rather than doing like saves, like saving and then doing the other path like immediately, it seems like this game does incentivize you to do like new game pluses. Because when you do a new game plus from the very beginning, first of all, you can change the game difficulty at any time, unlike something like Fire Emblem. Like, would it be in battle settings? Yeah, you can change the difficulty at any time. So if you just want to like bum rush through the chapters that you've done already in New Game Plus, you could just do that easy peasy, which is really, really nice. And whenever you do New Game Pluses, you carry over like all your units and the levels scale. So if I somehow was able, let's say this was the end of the game right now and I did a New Game Plus, the next chapter, chapter 1 of my New Game Plus would probably be at like level 18 or something like that to scale around my current level, so that you can continue getting challenged if you want to. But you can also just switch it to very easy mode if you want to like breeze through stuff that you've already seen before. So I like that. This game like very much promotes replayability in such a better way than something like Fire Emblem Three Houses. Like, I haven't even beaten this game yet, but if I had to choose between, like, I could only have one game, Triangle Strategy or Fire Emblem Three Houses, a freaking, oh sweet, another note, freaking Triangle Strategy is what I would choose, honestly. But yeah, speaking of Attack on Titan, the finale airs tomorrow, huh? I know that, I assume that would be like the original Japanese version there. It'll probably be a while before the, English version comes out. You know, I believe it was Carvia that originally recommended Attack on Titan to me, so I checked it out like a while back, and oh, there's another sparkly thingamabob over here. And got all the way through up to like, oh sweet, a quality stone. The first half of season 4, which came out like last year. And recently, with the new stuff coming out, I've actually been rewatching it from the very beginning again. Over the past like month-ish. That's been my anime that I've currently been watching, has been like rewatching Attack on Titan. So I'm in like the beginnings of season 4 again now. But if I want to watch it like in English, I've been trying to like pace myself a little bit better over like the next month when the new episodes will be coming out in English and stuff. So there's that whatnot. The Japanese version. Three Houses has a better name than Triangle Strategy, but Triangle Strategy has a lot of better stuff. I can agree there. I mean, I guess they didn't want to call this game Octopath Traveler 3 Houses or something. Imagine. Gets better the more you rewatch it, since you notice things. Yeah, I noticed that as I was going through things, and it's like, oh, I can do it. I can carry the salt. How can the Holy State allow a man in his condition to continue working? Learned about the Roselle and the Holy State of Hyzant. The treatment of the Roselle here is utterly inhumane. It really is, isn't it? Yeah, Octopath Traveler 3 Houses. That's the true name of this game, but they changed it to Triangle Strategy at the last minute. That's a secret story behind this game's title they don't want you to know about. This is the only work I've ever known. It's all I'm fit for now. Many years ago, some of us tried to flee this place. None would dare dream of doing that now. I assume, like, security's tightened and stuff. Octopath Traveler 3 Houses, the final season. Yeah, that's what's going on here now. Is the gameplay in this game something like Final Fantasy Tactics? I've never played Final Fantasy Tactics before. Some people have told me about it. A decent bit like Lancer, who I don't think is around right now. If next time you see Lancer in the stream, you can ask him if it seems similar. Like Mario and Rabbids, but more realistic and complicated. Mario and Rabbids is something more akin to like XCOM, is what that is similar to. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I don't know. I don't know if I'd quite compare it to like Mario plus Rabbids. Like it. I don't know. Faster, faster! There shall be no rest for the wicked. Lord Cyrano of House Wolford, I presume. I'm sorry you had to lay eyes on the tainted ones, but this is where the Roselle pay you their penance. Yikes! Cyrano's convictions have been strengthened. I guess just by talking to enough people there. Examine? Sweet, someone stored 1,000 freaking gold behind the statue. Dang! I just realized, if this is like a freaking slave mine, did I just steal someone's money that they stored away for what they avenged? I'm such an awful person. Holy crap. When you think about what that probably is, that suddenly becomes pretty darn messed up. The fact that I'm taking everything that I am. Whoops! We need to only follow the goddess's teachings in order to be absolved. Ain't no rest for the wicked, might doesn't grow on trees. You like, oh sweet, some more stone. I checked Nintendo's YouTube and a video on April Fool's had the DLC Wave 2 for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Can't tell if it's really a true trailer. Sure that it's actually a Nintendo's official page, because there are some YouTube channels that just like take the same moniker and upload stuff for like April Fools and whatnot. For example. Anything else sparkly around here? Oh my goodness, the movement in this game is pretty weird. I don't think there's anything else sparkly. So, let me save. Just in case I need to strengthen my convictions like one way or another, you know? Because I have had that problem before where I couldn't vote down certain paths because my convictions weren't strong enough. So, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I save before getting 50 free conviction points in whatever conviction these are assigned to. But yeah, what's tipping you off is a bit on the map's is not true to its original version. I hadn't heard about this, so I assume that it's probably just a prank by some fake channel, most likely. Tainted Roselle are fated to live out their days working in the source, and to hope they may one day atone for their sins. They are nothing like the rest of us, by the very nature of their birth. They are impure and lack integrity. The nature of one's birth does not enter into it. We are all born the same. And you have the purity they lack? I see before me a man like any other. Salt has brought prosperity to the holy state. Why rely solely on the Roselle when everyone could aid in the harvest? Official Nintendo's account, most recent videos on Phantom Breaker Omnia. I'm not even familiar with that. I'm sorry to say. I mean, I agree with both these thingamabobs here. Like, I assume this is the utility option, most likely. And you have the purity they lack. I see before me a man like any other, for the nature of one's birth does not enter into it. We are all born the same. I'll say that one, how about? But both are good thingamabobs there. Forgive my lack of decorum, but only an unbeliever would dare utter something so stupid. And of all the unbelievers, it's you, the Lord of House Wolfort, loudly proclaiming that we are born equal from the seat that is his birthright. Then I trust you'll have no trouble explaining why the Holy One seems poised to offer this unbeliever a seat among the Saintly Seven. Clearly that is not for me to know. None can truly know the goddess's ways. They force young and old alike to toil in deplorable conditions and have the audacity to call it atonement. They don't even tend to those who collapse from exhaustion. They treat my people worse than criminals. It breaks my heart to behold such cruelty. I can scarcely imagine what it must be like to suffer through this. Checkmate, salt worshippers. I would love to set them free, but they are under constant watch. It would be nigh impossible. I understand how you feel, but we mustn't look away. We have to use this opportunity to learn all we can. They do not think the Roselle human. This is the only way a nation arrives at such cruelty. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, this is the Grizzlies' secret beneath their claims that all are equal before the goddess. The lie upon which the holy state is built. And it is a powerful state, at that. Much as I agree, we cannot oppose them so easily. You've not been screwed over by the persuasion and convictions. You've had difficulty getting the path you want, but never failed. Yeah, there was one utility option that I needed where I straight up couldn't get it. I had to reload a previous save to, like, build up other convictions, which luckily I was able to do. Luckily there was that. Okay, well, I think we've properly investigated the source. We should return to the encampment.
This is more awful than I imagined.
Will you still send any Roselle in the Wolfort domain here? Force them into a life like this?
It isn't right. It isn't just. I don't care that it would ensure our own safety.
Indeed, it would be unforgivable. What is just is constantly in flux depending on the circumstances. That said, protecting people is always the right thing to do. Wouldn't you agree, Serenoa?
I feel the same as you both, but...
My apologies.
But they offered me a spicy seed amongst the Saintly Seven.
Still, we we continue stumbling on the path before us.